Hello everyone, this is Ananya Mishra from Little Flower Children's School, Nizamuddinpura, Mahu, Uttar Pradesh, and today I am here to present my National Children's Science Congress project on the topic Comparative Study of Thermal Performance of Traditional and Modern Houses under the focal theme of Appropriate Technology for Sustainable Living. So let me begin with my chart papers. These are the 4 chart papers which I have made for my project work. This is the first chart paper, which is the introduction chart paper. It shows the survey map of the survey area, the summary of the project, and now let's come to the second chart paper. It is the hypothesis, objective and methodology chart paper. The third one is experiment data collection chart paper. Here we have shown all the data that we collected through bar graphs, data collection tables and line graphs. The fourth one shows the result and conclusion of our project and solution of the problem. So for your better visual, let me switch over to the projector screen where I will show the entire project through a PPT. Now let me explain my project through these slides. So this is the first slide which shows my introduction, the group leader name, my group member Tasmia Zia, my guide teacher Sabira Askeen ma'am, and this is the handmade survey map of the survey area where we did our survey work of Nizamuddinpura area. Now this one is the third one which shows the summary of the entire project. Let's move on to the next chart paper. So this is the hypothesis for this project. We assume that traditional houses may have better thermal performance than modern houses. The second hypothesis was our assumption can have a scientific basis too. To study and compare the two types of houses, we can conduct some experiments. The third hypothesis is we can even do some elementary research on our level to understand the reasons and results of our hypothesis. The objectives of this project are: first one, to make a comparative study of thermal performance of traditional and a modern house. Second, to find out the materials used in the construction of these two types of houses. The third one is to analyze effectiveness of these materials in influencing the thermal performance of traditional and modern houses. Fourth one is to do an overall analysis with the help of scientific experimentation and data collection. So now, what is the methodology for this project work? Our methodology was survey-based and experimental. The first one is for experimentation. We used a laboratory thermometer to measure room temperature of a traditional and modern house. Second, we also conducted a survey locally in Nizamuddinpura area. And third one is, after collecting the data, we analyzed it and prepared our conclusion. So let's move on to the next slide. So this is the experiment, data collection and observation slide. Here we have shown 2 graphs, and this is the data collection table which shows the data that we collected. So for experimentation, what we did is we selected 2 houses, a traditional house and modern house in the same locality, and we took temperature readings from 26th of October to 2nd of November 4 times a day, and this is the data that we got for a traditional house and this one is for a modern house. So why we did this experiment? Simply how we have been changing its form and style throughout its history. Traditionally, we had our homes made with mud, cow dung and other eco-friendly materials. But with rapid increase in technology and urbanization, we switched over to modern houses which are generally made with concrete, steel and other man-made products. So we did this experimentation because we wanted to know how differently these two types of houses perform in respect of their thermal performance and energy efficiency. So this is the data we collected, and from using this data we created these bar graphs and these line graphs. So let me summarize the data for you. The data that we got is, for traditional house, the maximum temperature was observed at noon time when the sun is usually at its peak. The minimum temperature was during evening time around 6 p.m. and the range for traditional house was from 23 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius, which is usually around the normal room temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. For modern house, the maximum temperature was observed at noon time when the sun is at its peak, and the minimum temperature was recorded during evening, and the range of temperature that we got is 22 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, and the variation of temperature between average minimum to maximum was around 6 to 7 degrees Celsius. So what the result and conclusion we can draw from the following data, I will explain through the next slide. So this is the result and conclusion. So why traditional houses and modern houses, they show different data, they show different temperature readings. Usually traditional houses are made with mud and cow dung and other eco-friendly materials, and there is a physical quantity called as R value. R value tells about the thermal insulation capacity of a structure or a two-dimensional wall. So traditional eco-friendly materials are good are energy efficient, and their R value is very high, means they provide higher thermal insulation and the temperature inside is usually maintained around room temperature. But modern houses are made with conducting materials like concrete and steel, and these materials conduct heat, and the temperature usually is maintained by the outside temperature, means the temperature keeps on fluctuating, and because of that we require a lot of electrical appliances to have a comfortable living. So that's why modern houses are not energy efficient and they require a lot of energy to have a comfortable life. So this is the solution of the problem. So the first problem that we have highlighted is high energy requirement of modern house, and the solution we got is use of traditional eco-friendly houses that require less energy to maintain stable internal temperature. Now the second problem is, will you be ready to live in a traditional house made with mud? No, because they are not durable, they don't have strength, so you cannot take risk of on your life. So what we can do is we can modify modern houses so that they can improve their thermal performance. So how we will do this? Use of construction materials that are eco-friendly and more durable and strong. We can use these materials to make insulating walls and floors to reduce our electricity consumption. So what we can do is we can use some eco-friendly materials and we can construct some sort of flooring and walls that provide thermal insulation and maintain a stable internal temperature. So I have collected data on some of these materials that will provide thermal insulation better. So the first one is bamboo. Bamboo is usually used in the northeastern part of the country. People usually make homes out of bamboo. So this is a conventional material, but it's really thermal insulating. The second one is ashcrete. Ashcrete is it is also a biodegradable and eco-friendly material made with fly ash, and it is quite durable, and it is 2 times more. It has strength double of that of concrete. The third one is very interesting material. It is straw bale, also known as parali in Hindi, and it has an R value of, means it provides a thermal, it's a best thermal insulating material. It has an R value between 3 to 9.6 per inches. The fourth one is newspaper wood, the fifth one is saraf, and the sixth one is honeycomb paper. These are also some of the materials which are good thermal insulator. We know that we can make paper out of wood, but have you ever heard that we will make wood out of paper? Yes, it is possible. If we will apply lots of force and we will compress the newspapers and we will apply glue between them, we can make newspaper wood, and it will be a very eco-friendly and durable material, and we can use it for making furniture, etc. So these are some of the references which we have used during our study. The first we have studied on a research paper published by King Saud University, College of Architecture and Planning, Dhaka, Bangladesh, and these are the references of some of the websites that we used, that we took help of during our presentation and project preparation. And these are some enclosure pictures which show how we did our experimentation and how we conducted the survey work. So at last I want to say, climate responsive housing is no longer a choice, but it's an imperative. The ongoing situation of pandemic and energy crisis has made this even more pressing. So last I want to say, I hope that we will take this project to higher level, and if we will get expertise of some people who are already doing work in engineering background or construction sector, so then we can also find implementable solutions and we can practically use these solutions and ideas. Thank you and have a wonderful day.